Hello again there, Panthers. This is the day 2 instructions and sample video for the Analyzing Media Messages lesson. I just want to call your attention to some resources that are in here that you may not have noticed. There are some basic tips for deconstructing media messages in a separate video right here. And I just want to remind you that if you chose a political cartoon yesterday, make sure you don't choose a political cartoon today. Pick a different type of media message. In the last video, same thing with poster. If you chose a poster this time, pick a video. Don't pick the same thing both days. And remember, the requirement for this lesson is to choose one or more per day. So if you did one yesterday and you would do one today, that's all we're asking. Explore the other resources if you'd like, and if you want to do one from each, go for it. Today, I'm going to be analyzing a print document. So again, I'm not going to choose one of these P documents. Those are for you guys to choose from. I've selected a different one, but I do need my print document analysis form. So I'm going to click here to get to that. First of all, I need to put the title of the document I chose. I need to highlight the type of document that I'm viewing. Then I'm going to observe its parts and try to make sense of it. So the document that I've chosen for this sample video is called Outrage. And it says, "Outrage, fellow citizens, an abolitionist of the most revolting character is among you, exciting the feelings of the North against the South. A seditious lecture is to be delivered. This evening at 7 o'clock at the Presbyterian Church in Cannon Street, you are requested to attend and unite in putting down and silencing by peaceable means this tool of evil and fanaticism. Let the rights of the states guaranteed by the Constitution be protected. February 27th, 1837, the Union forever." And when I look at the caption below, it says slavery supporters obstructed anti-slavery meetings with handbills like this in 1837. So I'm going to call this message Outrage. This is something that probably appeared. It wasn't a letter. It's not a speech. Doesn't fit any of these. I'm probably going to go to other. This is kind of a flyer, and this actually called it a handbill. So a handbill, we don't really use handbills anymore. Sometimes we do at school, like on Tuesday folder day. But a handbill would be something that you make several copies of and you would give to someone so that they could take it with them. So this is a handbill. Let's highlight that. Next thing is to observe its parts. Who wrote this? When I go back to this, I don't know who wrote it. There is no author, but I do know that it was made by people who supported slavery. So these people are not abolitionists. They are against abolition of slavery. They're trying to protect slave owners. Who read or received it? I'm going to say, since it's a handbill, I'm going to say people on the street. If I go closer here, let's see if there's, it says fellow citizens. Okay, I don't know what state this is from. There's no information about that, so I'm going to say people on the street. I'm going to say citizens of the United States. Does the document have any important dates? Yes, it has dates, times, and it has a location. Where is it from? It's from, that's a good question. Where is this from? It's from a slavery supporter group. That's all I know. There is no author's name. A group of slavery supporters. So that's an important thing to realize when we're analyzing these media messages, is that they are media messages. They're propaganda, and propaganda exists on both sides. So you can have abolition propaganda. You can also have messages from people who want slavery to continue on, which is what we're looking at here today. What is this talking about? This handbill is an invitation, really, to a meeting to end abolition. Okay, and the reason I'm writing that is because I'm remembering what it said. It says an abolitionist. That means a person of a revolting character is among you. That means they're saying that there's abolitionists in this town or in this area. There's an abolitionist person, and they're trying to get the North versus the South starting. They want to get rid of this. This handbill is an invitation to go to the Presbyterian Church on Cannon Street to attend and unite in putting down and silencing by peaceable means this evil person, this fanatic abolitionist, they're calling them. And they think that doing this will help them protect the rights of the states and also the Constitution. Okay, so one sentence summary would be, this is an invitation to a meeting that is organized by slavery supporters to get rid of an abolitionist that has come to town. Why did the author write it? They want to get rid of an abolitionist and protect the Constitution. And of course, this is in their opinion, that doing so would protect the Constitution. I'm sure the abolitionist believes that what they're doing is within their freedom of speech. Quote evidence from the document that tells you this. So I'm going to use quotation marks. I'm going to go back to the document. I'm going to copy, you are requested to attend and unite in putting down and silencing by peaceable means this tool of evil. I think that's a powerful quote there. And fanaticism. So you are requested, and I think that's evidence that this is in fact an invitation. And unite in putting down and silencing. By peaceable means this tool of evil and fanaticism. The L there. Okay, and then of course I have to close my quote. What was happening at the time of history and this document was created? So I know that in 1837, slavery existed in the South, and there were people in the North who wanted slavery abolished for a variety of reasons. These two different groups often argued with one another. Okay. Now, let's say that you look at this and you don't know what's going on. What could you do? You could look at some keywords here like abolitionist, union. You could even type in the year 1837 and you could search those things. You could also look for rights of the states, 1837. And if you type those things into Google or you just ask yourself, what do those keywords mean? And other keywords would be slavery supporters and anti-slavery meetings. That would kind of lead you to like bigger topics like Civil War or ending slavery. So that's a good idea if you're really stuck. But you shouldn't, because all the resources that you guys are looking at fall into either the abolition category or the suffragist category. So it should be a little bit easier for you all. Last thing is using it as historical evidence, which I may want to do next lesson, is what did I find out from this document that you might not learn anywhere else? Well, it's interesting that slavery supporters also organized. Okay, I may not have thought of that originally. Since we're just studying abolition, maybe we didn't think about the fact that people who liked the idea of slavery, slave owners in the South, they also organized to fight back against abolitionists. What other documents, websites, resources, or historical evidence could I use to help me understand this event or topic? I could read about slavery supporters. This is something new to me, really. It's not something that comes up a lot in history because the slavery supporters lost, thank goodness. But looking up slavery supporters in the 1800s to find out who were these people, where were they from, maybe I would want to research which states had the most slavery supporters in them, and maybe that would help me determine where this meeting or where this handbill came from. Okay, on a final note, I hope this video gave you a good idea of how to analyze print, or a good sample of it anyway. And remember, we're looking for you to do one a day. So hopefully you did one yesterday. Do one more today. If you want to go on and analyze other resources from this list, feel free, and enjoy your lesson today. Take care.